Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 23 live feed spoilers. There's really not that much time left for more live feed spoilers at this point. We're like 2 days away from the finale.
Yeah, Wednesday's a really busy day here, everyone. Like, we've got Survivor, we've got the finale going on for Big Brother. Like, make sure you hit that subscribe button because even though we are going to be wrapping up everything with Big Brother, we still have a lot of other coverage coming up.
Including, by the way, near the end of this year, Cobra Kai. We just posted a video talking about the new season 4 trailer that just came out. That was really, really fun. I know we are both Cobra Kai till we die, and we hope that you
Right.
guys are as well.
Also, we're not covering this, but if there's anyone out there that really likes like the Running Man or Hunger Games, I just started watching Squid Game last night. It is really good. Like really, really good. So, anyways, I would just throw that out there as a recommendation.
Well, I'm also going to throw out there our Instagram that I'm at in Just TV, since we've got a lot of festivities from the weekend over there. We got donuts, we got Halloween themed hot chocolates.
Yeah, if you've never put a peep in your hot chocolate before, I highly recommend it. Last night we put ghost peeps in our homemade hot chocolate. 10 out of 10. It's so good.
Okay, so this, I'm gonna, if you are a Derek F fan, I think we have to preface everything we're about to say. This is probably not going to be a great video for you. This is a video that includes a lot of clownery, a lot of paranoia, a lot of Derek losing his gosh darn mind in the game at this point.
Yeah, he's not really doing that well.
Okay, all right, where do we start? Okay, we'll start with this. Derek telling Asa last night that he would have taken Xavier over her to the end of the game. Derek, do you not realize that Asa can still win the final HOH? It can still. Why are you saying this? You do not have to say anything.
Yeah, that whole conversation gives me a headache. I truly do not understand what Derek is doing. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I'd like to try to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's trying to make himself look like a clown so that both of them will just be like, he's not going to be able to give a final two speech that will win him this game. So let's just take him because he's just going to put his foot in his mouth. But I just don't think that this is anything he is doing on purpose, like to give that sort of feeling to people. He is really just blowing it.
Here's what I think is going on in Derek's mind right now. It is I, Threat McThreatface. I am here to win this competition. I am such a threat. No one is ever going to want to take me to the final
Oh
two.
boy.
I am going to be gotten rid of no matter what, so I am just going to speak my mind. I legitimately think that he thinks he's so dangerous at the end of this game that he just thinks he doesn't have anything to lose, when in reality he has everything to lose in the game still. At least,
Honk honk.
yes.
He's being such a clown.
Like, there's not even a car that can handle this at this point. He needs like the clown tricycle or some other mode of transportation for his behavior right now.
No, he is just leaving himself behind. He is on the side of the road pieing himself in the face.
It's so bad. Like, he's also, sitting here being like, oh, Xavier, I wish that I had kept Kyland in the game instead of Ozma, because, Kylan would have taken you for sure, Xavier. It's now he's like upset that he's like having to deal with uncertainty. If he thinks that nobody is going to take him, he's just like, well, with Kylan, I at least know for sure he would have tasted like. How is this better? How is anything that you're saying making any sense to anyone?
If he was just a little more self aware, he would realize that they are both likely to take him to the end
Yeah.
because they can both beat him.
Yeah.
And if he just spent this time
Yeah.
coming up with a really good speech, he might be able to turn a couple of votes in his favor, but he just doesn't have that self-awareness. And it's really kind of shocking.
There's like, this is one of the big problems. He is just like latching on to, I guess, anything and everything he sees in a house. And I don't know, admittedly, what being in a house for 80 days feels like, especially at this point when you're with two other people. But he is just like seeing Aza and Xavier cuddling, just cuddling. And he thinks that this means the world is over, that his game is over, that he's not getting second place, that like that his life is in shambles. He thinks that like this is the worst thing that has ever happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. Not every like cuddling or even make out on this show turns into anything or turns into any sort of then allegiance together. We just watched everything with Kyland and Tiffany, where now this is coming into play, where it meant nothing and it turned into nothing, and Tiffany still ended up going out.
Like, yeah, this Derek, it's nothing. Sit down, relax. It doesn't matter, because ultimately it's just the situation where you're going to be taken because you're easy to beat.
It's just, the thing is, here, I'll give this to Derek. It is very hard being in this house. It is very hard playing this game. And it is very hard being at the end of this game and sort of having that paranoia about things where you have won none of the HOHs. You haven't won the last 2 HOHs. You don't have any control over what is going on, and you don't really have anyone to talk to about it. It's not an easy spot for him to be in.
Yeah, it isn't an easy spot for him to be in, and I'm sure the paranoia is driving him crazy, and it probably doesn't help that like he's getting upset about the cuddling, and the only people he can talk to about the cuddling are the people doing the cuddling. Yeah. And like Azza is just like, don't worry, nothing has changed. But I can see that she's like getting pretty just mad over like being questioned over every little thing that she's doing in the game at this point.
Yeah, which has got to be really hard on her. I mean, you're locked up in this house for a very long time. Having a cuddle, a little bit of human interaction is something that you need when you're locked up for 3 months away from your friends, your family, everything.
It's just it's a natural sort of reaction. We already know how Asa feels about Xavier. You know, there's not a lot else to do in this house. It's just the situation right now where I think when you don't have a whole lot to do, these sort of things happen. But the irony with all of this with Derek is that if he just went into a room, did nothing, danced by himself, had conversation, if maybe he actually just sat there and physically pied himself in the face for the next few days, he would for sure be in the final 2. It's like, this man is working so hard to sabotage his ability to get into the final 2 that it is almost hilarious.
He really legit just needs to go and get a tea and sit in the backyard and just think about what he's going to say. He's got 2 days to come up with whatever arguments he possibly can to, just in case he ends up in that spot. Because if he's not doing that, he's going to end up just like Enzo did last season, where all of a sudden he was like, oh my God, I'm in the final 2? Well, I guess I should have come up with something because I truly didn't.
But if you're Derek, he thinks he has one of the best social games in history. He said this, and I think he should be like, oh, I need to actually campaign, but I'm already is going to do the Enzo thing because he's just like, my social game's so good. I don't need to do anything. I can just be up there and be like, hey, friends, look at me. It's your buddy Derek. You all love me. I did so much in the game. I created the cookout. Look at me, and they're all going to vote for him, and then that's going to be fine.
Yeah, I fell for that last year where I thought Enzo, because he was really well socially, that he was going to be able to talk his way to a win. But, here we are. Second place. Welcome to second place, Derek.
Yeah, like the only real intrigue I see happening in the next couple of days leading up to the finale is if Derek somehow manages to do something to sink his game beyond belief, which really at this point I can't put past him.
Yeah, but I mean, just the same. I mean, no matter what Derek does, and as much as he sinks his game, the more he sinks his game, the better it is for either Ozza or Xavier to just take him, because everything he does is just, ammunition to be able to win.
They just need to be able to sit down, relax, keep perspective. Remember that you will beat Derek, and it will not be close unless our perception of the jury is for like whatever reason just horrendously wrong.
Yeah, no, he's not winning.
No, the last thing we'll mention here is I think there is this perception in the house that, Derek could be a potential AFP winner, and I know the AFP stuff is going on right now. there is a chance someone named Derek may be the AFP, but guess what? His last name isn't going to begin with an F.
Yeah, it's possible. I've seen campaigns for all kinds of people, so I'm actually not sure who's going to win this time around.
Yeah, I think it's Derek X or Tiffany.
Could be or Tiffany.
I think it's between those two, but if Derek F wins.
I've seen some campaigns going on for Hannah as well.
Yeah, I've seen some of those too. So there's, I guess, a little bit of debate there, but you know what, Derek F, this is going to be one of the more entertaining parts of the finale for me, is when Julie announces like who the top 3 are. What's Derek F's face going to be when he realizes he's not one of them? This was like how much I was looking forward to Frankie realizing he wasn't going to be in the top 3 in Big Brother 16.
It hasn't changed Frankie at all.
Okay, yeah, this is true. This is true. Okay, well, we will wrap this up before we go down a Frankie rabbit hole. But is there anything that Derek F could somehow do to magically sink his game even more than he has over these past couple of days? Who are you rooting for at this point? Let us know. Check out our coverage of Cobra Kai. Like we said, Wednesday we will have Survivor as well. We got a very busy week ahead.
Cobra Kai till I die.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you here next time.